Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I got this quick question that I thought I'd do a quick answer because I'm just going through my email and I was just sort of thinking this through. It's about 401k contributions. So this is a question that is based on my book. So I wrote a couple chapters in my Soft Skills Software Developer's Life Manual book. You can check it out here about finances and investing. And I talked about this path of retirement of basically two paths. One where you're doing the long-term retirement plan where you're investing in 401k and your pension or whatever and you're saving for the long haul, and then another one where you're trying to get rich faster. You're trying to, Millionaire Fastlane. Check out that book, by the way, The Millionaire Fastlane. I always recommend that book. Taking that approach where you're going faster. So there's always questions about that. I talked about essentially, if you read the book, one of the things I talk about there is this idea that you don't want to go both so much. So most people are doing both, right? They're investing in their 401k, so they're putting out the max contributions. Again, this is US centric in this case, but pension plans or whatever, they're putting away the max contributions, and then they're trying to invest and make money in another way, and they're sort of splitting they're going down two paths at the same time, so neither one is going to be as successful. So I would recommend that if you're just going to go for it and invest in real estate or something like that, that you actually don't go down the 401k route. It's riskier, I agree. Again, read the chapter in the book if you want more of an explanation. I'm not going to go into all the details here, but that's basically what I'm saying there is, choose one path. So anyway, I got this email from Tom, and he says, "Hi John, really enjoyed your soft skills book. It's a life changer. In the chapter, do you really understand your retirement plan? You talk about two paths, one about retirement account and the other about aiming to get rich. I'm pursuing the second path, but I have a question about 401ks. My company offers 50% 401k matching. Would it be a good idea to max my 401k contributions now and withdraw my 401k early at a 10% early withdrawal penalty when I use it to invest?" So this is something, again, another controversial piece of advice, but I actually withdrew my 401k early and took the 10% penalty and used it to pay down real estate investments because there were loans that I was paying 6 or 7% interest rate on, and I actually made more money than I did by losing money with the penalty over a very short period of time. So it was well worth it and better than any other investment I could make at the time. That's not for everyone, but if you are, in this case, Tom is basically saying, look, I'm not going down the 401k route, but because my company is offering 50% matching and I'm not ready to invest yet, should I do that even though I'm going to take a 10% penalty? So this is simple math here, Tom. I went through this exact exercise myself when I was employed and when I was trying to figure this out. And, and my company was offering a match. In my case, I didn't do the match because paying down the real estate or using it to invest, I got a better return. But if you don't have something to use it for yet, it sounds like you're not ready to invest yet, perhaps in real estate. So here's we can just do the simple math here. In 2016, as far as I understand, the 401k matching, again, I'm not a financial professional, so this is not, quote, financial advice. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it. So, but anyway, so in 2016, the max matching for 401k, as I understand it, is $18,000 per year with the max contribution. And so if your company does a 50% match, I'm assuming that would go over that contribution. Maybe it's up to that amount. I don't know, to be honest, how that works, but let's assume. Either way, the math is going to work out pretty similarly. But let's say that you contribute $18,000, and if your company does a 50% 401k matching, then they would contribute $9,000, right? So 18 plus 9, we're at $27,000, right? And then you're going to take a 10% hit on that, so that's $2,700. So your company contributed $9,000, and that's free money, right? You contributed $18,000. You took a 10% hit on both of those, which was $2,700. So you got $9,000 worth of free money. You took an extra $2,700 hit. So that leaves you with $6,300 of free money. So in my book, that's a good choice. It makes sense to do unless you can use that money for something else. The time value of money is what you have to consider there. when you do the withdrawals. And some companies, you might not have access to your 401k to be able to do those early withdrawals. I don't know if you could do that every single year and have the company still contribute. It depends on how that plan is managed. So you might want to check into that, because I remember running into a snag with that as well. But also consider that if you are going to basically take $18,000 of your money out of play, which I know it would be taxed as well, if you could have had an investment during that time, during that year time, that would have yielded a higher return than the essentially $6,300 that you'll be getting. So $6,300 on a $18,000 investment. That sounds pretty good, right? I mean, that's what is that, like 20% return about, or no, more than that, sorry. It's like a 40% return. So yeah, that's probably a really good investment that you should make to go ahead and contribute max to the 401k in that case, unless you have something a lot better to do with your money. When you do go the investment route, then you might stop contributing. But yeah, as far as I understood too, that the big snag I ran into with this when I was running these numbers is because I remember going through this exact scenario, is that I couldn't basically dissolve my 401k. I couldn't take out the money early unless I was closing out the account. So as long as I was employed with my employer, I couldn't, like, it'd be all or nothing. So I'd have to wait until I quit that job. So if I could do it every year, if you could basically get their 50% matching every year and then take it out and take the 10% penalty, why not? It's free money. I would do that. That makes sense to me. But if you can't, and I'm suspecting that you can't, then you're stuck with, maybe you say, well, am I going to work for this company for 5 years, tie up my money for 5 years while I'm doing the max contributions, and I'm not able to invest during that time because I don't have the money available to me. So that's a consideration to take into account. Again, just some thoughts here. There's lots of ways to do this. I wouldn't put off investing, though, that if you're planning on doing, for example, like real estate investment. So anyway, good that you're thinking about this, Tom. Run through the numbers, check with your financial person who's running your 401k. They're going to laugh at you because they're going to say never withdraw from your 401k because they don't know what they're talking about. Whenever you encounter people like that think they're so financially smart because they are following the standard, book approved advice for how to invest and retire, just ask them what their net worth is and see if they're even a millionaire, because they're probably not. And if they're not, then they probably aren't in a position to give you good financial advice, where if you ask me what my net worth is, I'm in a good position to give you decent financial advice, even though this is not financial advice. So anyway, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Take care.